of Imperial Spain. What I want to do is give a brief examination of some of the things that I've been trying to talk about on this, the history of Spain. Let's give you a chronicle timeline, first of all. It's the red letter dates in Spain. In the 1100 BCs, the Phoenicians began colonializing Spain. So the Spanish or Latins, they're from Tarshish, which is a province of ancient Greece. The Greeks, in the Latin language, comes from Phoenicia. The Phoenicians are the Hebrews that come from the land of Egypt out of the 18th dynasty with Moses. And from that time out of the 14th dynasty, the 18th dynasty of Egypt, they started colonializing all of southern parts of Europe and North Africa, all the way across Libya to the Pillars of Hercules, since the 1100 BC period. So the Olmecs found Mexico around the 1200 BC period during the reign of Ramesses. So the Ramessides sent voyages over here, west and east, in boats. They had so many ships. Send men east and west, and that's who the Phoenicians are. The people, the sea people. The sea people who had the pyramid boats and barges, the ships they built from Egypt, traveling all over the world. That's what Amduat is, east and west. All right, 480 BC, the Carthaginians conquered Spain. In 201 BC, the Romans seized Spain. AD 1573, the Germanic tribes took Spain from the Romans. In 711, the Moors came back to reclaim Spain and conquer Spain. AD 711, that's during the Islamic Empire. The Moors conquered Spain. Islamic Moors, or black people. The Amorites, or their historical bloodline. All right. So that's why the white Spanish of the North have enmity for the black man of Arabia. That's why they don't like the Muslim religion of the black man, because he is the one who conquered them in their country. He historically beat them, and then they historically come back to try to make war against him again. So Gog and Magog at the four quarters of the earth. Okay. All right. AD 1200, Spain's Christian kingdoms took control of Moorish Spain, except for Granada. Okay. That's what began after the Crusade period. Third Crusade period. Now they come back again against the black man and his papacy. 1479, Castile and Aragon unite as a single kingdom through the marriage of Ferdinand and Isabella. That's the poem we had with this Christopher Columbus story. That's who the Curse of the Pharaoh is on. That's this fourth part of the Curse of the Pharaoh. It's because of this. Through the New World Order, through Ferdinand and Isabella. 1480 through 1834, the Spanish Inquisition persecuted all non-Catholic people on the earth. From 1480 through 1834, you were persecuted. The fake religion came and attacked you and forced this religion on you. And it's been going on from 1480 through 1834. That's when the slave trade began in Mexico, okay? That's when the black man lost his empire. The last of the Toltecs and the Aztecs died because of this Spanish Inquisition. That's why the Curse of the Pharaoh is on them. Since the 1500s. In 1492, the Spaniards conquered Granada. That's the Moors, the Amorite land. The black man was in Granada in southern Spain. That was his country. But then Isabella and Ferdinand conquered them. They murdered them, killed the king. See, the Spanish Moors were linked to Timbuktu. And they knew about the empire at Amduat. They knew Amduat already. That's why in that movie, The Amistad, the man knew how to read Amduat, which is the earth aligned with Hepe, with the stars. And if he knew how to read the stars, he knew how to get back home to Africa if he took over the ship. Just like the ship mutiny, or they killed the captain, the admiral of the ship. The black man took his ship. He took the Spanish overlord ship who had him as a slave, took over his ship, and I know how to sail the ship myself and get back home. I watched the stars as they took me away from my house in West Africa on routes, right? Kuta Kinte. He knew how to get back home. He knew his name wasn't Toby. His name was Kuta. Kuta Kinte. And he knew he came from the West Africans, okay? So that's basically why that happened. The Moors were conquered by Ferdinand and Isabella in 1492. They stole the maps of the Moors, who knew about El Dorado, okay? This blessed land of the West with all the golden empire, golden highway. You know, it's talking about Tenochtitlan, Teotihuacan, okay? And Tikal region, the Guatemala region, the Indian territories, okay? Pre-Columbian era of America. Now, they knew this at Timbuktu already. The Moors knew it. Okay, but now the white man has come and robbed the king of the Moors and took over Spain in Granada. Okay. In the 1500s, the Spanish Empire expanded to include the Philippines, most of South America, and parts of North America and Africa. Okay. In 1588, English ships defeated the Spanish at the Armada. In 1808, Napoleon invaded and conquered Spain for the French. In 1813, English and Spanish troops drove the French out of Spain. 1810 through 1824, Spain's colonies in the Americas revolted and declared their independence from Spain. Cinco de Mayo, okay. 1898, Spain lost Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines in the Spanish-American War. 1923, Primo de Rivera declared himself dictator and ruled the country until 1930. 1936 to 1939, the Spanish Civil War raged, ending in victory for the rebels. Francisco Franco became a dictator. 1953. The United States began building military bases in Spain and providing economic and military aid to Spain. 1955, Spain joined the United Nations. 1956, Spain granted Morocco its freedom in North Africa. 1958, Spain changed the colonies of Ifni and Spanish Sahara into provinces. And in 1962, this is the last of this information I had, floods in Barcelona killed over 600 persons. Property damage totaled more than $30 million. So Spain has a curse on it. It was a curse in 1962. A curse is on it from the Pharaoh. Because they dropped Menkaure's sarcophagus lid is sunken off the coast of Spain, Cartagena, Spain. They robbed the Moors, who belonged to the Empire of Mali and Timbuktu. So, in the pre-Columbian era of America, okay. And this is the last part of the Pharaoh's curse that I want to mention. Treasures. Many accounts based at least in part on Mauryan history, the Mauryan history, have been written of sunken treasure ships. For example, the Spanish galleon Santa Rosa is supposed to have gone down in 50 feet of water off the island of Key West, Florida, about the year 1520. At that time, the ship was said to be carrying 25 million to 30